Hey everyone, it's Will, GamerDad, with another video for you. So here is Area 4. We are going to take on Galliard. You might remember him from the storyline, and also from another dungeon's hard and very hard Industrial Ruins. So we're back in Industrial Ruins, same kind of spot as the easier versions. However, this guy's a lot tougher than those weak ones. So this boss does have the weakness to wind that his easier counterparts have. However, he also has multiple resistances that the previous versions did not have. So as he drops in percentage of HP, he will have additional resistances to water, and then as he gets lower it's physical, and then when he gets to 25% HP or less, it becomes magical resistance as well. So you really want to activate your AFs early on, and then activate it again kind of midway through so you don't develop as many resistances as well. He does also have 3 different move sets, and it depends on his HP level. So for the first 40% of his bar, that means from 100 to 60% HP, he has 2 moves, which is a single target physical, and then a stronger single target physical. And you can see that Annabelle is very, very useful in this boss fight. I don't have a full 5-star team of wind characters, so I'm forced to tank with Annabelle and her Deliverance Sword. The rage component is very, very useful. Bertrand would actually be much better here, but of course, you know, RNG is against me, I don't have him. And so the main thing is to debuff his power, since he relies mainly on physical attacks, at least for the first section, and heal with Pure Cradle, and then land tons and tons of hits with my 2 primary wind attackers, which is Azami and Original Suzette. Now again, if you have AS Suzette, it's absolutely no problem here. Her special attacks and stacks and criticals will definitely decimate Galliard. But for us poor folk, we're gonna have to kind of whittle the boss down. So kind of mitigate the damage as best as you can. Wait out for a good time to kind of set up your AF. Since I don't have Serene in this fight, I will be relying on the AF boosted through Suzette's Valor Chant, as well as 4-star Amy's Valor Chant. So again, for those who don't remember, Amy's Valor Chant is increased 20% power and 20% speed to the entire party. And whereas Suzette's is increased 30% power and 30% intelligence. Now these are all physical attacks, so intelligence is not going to come to play very much. But, you know, the other ones will. And this is a little bit different in the fact that I left Annabelle out as part of my AF team. And the reason for that is she needs to tank the hits so that Amy doesn't die. In the first round, all the attacks are single target physical, so no problem just maintaining the damage here. And so just, you know, the first AF is being landed right now. I know it's not going to kill the boss, but we're going to weaken it and bring it down to its second mode. A little sweet tooth action here. Alright, so we're a little bit below the halfway mark. So when Galliard drops below 60% HP, then he has a 3-move repeat. And the first one's going to be starting with a nice physical AoE that can inflict status of pain, followed by a water AoE, and then finally a single target physical attack that also seals moves as well. So be aware of that. I don't find these particular hits in the second mode as difficult as the first mode, only because that single target hit can really, really weaken a single character. And without Annabelle tanking, I think most characters will die. I did try this a couple of times before this particular video, just to get a feel of the battle, and Amy was always getting killed with one-shotted, and I believe Suzette also died with the one-shot. So be very careful, and you will need a tank if you don't have an all-wind team. Like I said, Bertrand would be amazing here. Anyways, as the battle drags on, MP conservation and regeneration is a must. And so I'm using alternating of just rotating characters to the back and to the front as well. So you can see that AoE really beat us down. That's the physical one that inflicts pain. So make sure you have some power debuffers if you have on your team. In this case, I only have Annabelle that can increase physical defense when she comes in as part of her Valor chant. So that comes into play as well and is very, very useful. The problem is I do need her to regenerate her MP as much as possible. You can see that the third hit that does a seal of one of the moves is actually relatively painless. Mind you, Annabelle's regular defense is quite high. Like you can see, that AoE didn't really do much to her, only 300 damage. So again, trying to regenerate the main damage dealer's MP so that we can build a second AF. And at this point, I'm guessing that the second AF should deal enough damage to the boss. So again, now that we have some MP, we will use Deliverance Sword to make sure we inflict rage as well as power debuff before we start our AF. Again, if you don't do that, and they by chance happen to hit Amy, you will lose Amy and you won't be able to deal enough damage. I am forced to use Amy as a 4-star only because A, she does do 2 hit wind attack, and that obviously maintains and boosts the AF, and the boss is weak to wind, so any additional damage will help push it over the edge. Note that I am using Tri-Assault to help boost the AF bar. I know that at this stage, notice that Galliard was resistant to that physical attack. And it is resistant to Annabelle's physical attack too. So unless you have wind attack, you're basically stopped from dealing a lot of damage here. So you can see the guard attack on Annabelle's sword. Mind you, I'm not relying on her to deal a lot of damage, just to inflict the rage and tank any additional hits. Okay, so we finally built up an AF. Just trying to remove the status, keep everyone's MP levels and HP levels high enough to survive a hit with Meryl in the back while we bring Amy to the front. So again, the timing is to bring both Suzette and Amy to the back. We're going to use Culmination Winds to make sure we have that 30% wind debuff on the boss to maximize damage. Okay, now we have the rage. And that AoE did a ton of damage. But we were able to do it. Okay, let's do this.
Before you doing that, press the button.
Oh man. They sealed Deliverance Sword on Annabelle. If I didn't keep on pressing that right side, I would have actually stopped and lost. So luckily, my son was actually watching and alerted me to the situation. So we're just going to have to bypass that and press the second move when Annabelle's move comes up. Okay. Is that enough? Yes. Yes, it is. That was awesome.
Stop flexing, Dad.
I'm really, really happy, guys. And I'm thankful for sharing this moment with you as well. This is the first time I've beaten Area 4 boss. Ratley is a little bit out of reach for me, and I haven't attempted Varus in Barakai for some time since the beginning. I don't have 180 lights, so only 2 rewards. Anyways, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.